Hey, konnichiwa minasan, it's Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse over in Japan. How are you doing? You good? Are you Genki? I am. Kind of. No, it's not true. I'm actually falling apart. Okay, today I've got a review of Daredevil issue 21, Legacy issue 683. It came out today, Wednesday, May 14th, 2025, priced at $4.99 for 32 pages. Written by Saladin Ahmed, and the pencils, there are two pencilers. Most of the issue is by José Luis Soares Pinto, and the inks are by Oren Junior. And then for the second half, or the last 5 pages, we've got pencils and inks by Carlos Nieto. So, what's it all about? Alfie! Let's see. Hell's Kitchen is rotting. Yes, it's unbelievable. After the crazy ending of last issue, which saw Matt get somehow some weird fungus or fungal infection on his arms, and I'm thinking, are we in an episode of The Last of Us or what? What's going on? So it picks up right where that left off, and I've got to say, one of the things to shout out in this issue is the art. The art is fantastic. It's a gorgeous looking issue most of the way through. Some great scenes. There's also some really good use of Daredevil's powers. You know, they make a big focus of his enhanced senses, which he really needs in this issue. I've got the main cover here on the left. It's the John Romita Jr. one, bit of a weird one. Looks like he's covered in sticky goo or something. Or he's like gold, I don't know, molten gold. And the variant here, this is the main variant, and it's an Alex Ross Timeless Iron Fist Virgin variant. Not sure why Iron Fist is going, to do with this story, because he's not in it, but it's a cracking cover by Alex Ross. So what I'll do is I'm going to give a story summary. I'm saving my score till the end now, so do please watch till the end. But as a warning, there will be spoilers for the issue, so if you don't want to know too much, you can skip ahead to the end for the score, or you can stop watching now, but I hope you don't. Okay, so let's get on with a look inside the book. When Matt's soul manifested as the 7 deadly sins, possessing his enemies and allies alike, Bullseye was killed, leaving Matt racked with guilt. In the weeks since, Matt rekindles his relationship with Nyla Skin, staying at her place in the newly established Propertunity Towers. Nope, I'm not making that up. It's an apartment complex. However, after one of their neighbours reported her daughter missing, Matt took to the streets to investigate. Matt discovered that multiple residents of Propertunity Towers have disappeared recently, sending him back to the building to probe further, only to find a fungal infection growing on his body. That infection knocked him out, and mysterious hazmat suit-clad figures dumped his body in a subterranean holding cell, along with many other infected residents, including Nyla and the missing girl. The only one who can save them now is Daredevil. The issue opens with Matt telling us he's been having the same nightmare every night for weeks now. He's a young boy again, and he's wearing Bullseye's costume, running for his life. We can see him here being chased by a demon. It's one of the 7 deadly sins from the opening story arc. Matt's narration reminds us that Daredevil allowed Bullseye to die a couple of issues ago. He was given an impossible choice, and of course he chose his best friend Foggy over the villain. There's a great scene here. We see Matt falling from the building. It's beautifully drawn by José Luis Soares and Oren Junior on inks. I've got to say, the art throughout this issue, especially the first half, is really, really good. It's some of the best Daredevil art I've seen in a long time. Matt wakes up from this nightmare to discover he's part of a living nightmare in real time. He's in the basement of Nyla's building, and there's fungus growing all over his arms. We can see people, the residents knocked out in the background. They're covered in the stuff. Mushrooms everywhere. Oh my god, folks, it's mushroom madness. Thankfully, Matt appears to be strong enough to fight the infection thanks to his enhanced senses. There's a great image again here. Look at this, and let me just read some of the narration. He's saying, "My body's grown good at fighting off toxins. I've learned to listen to it. It tells me I've beat back the worst effects of this infestation. For now, but I can still feel the spores in my skin." Look at the detail there on his arm. There's like little mushrooms growing out of it. Wow. Reminds me of a little hash pipe I used to own years ago that I got in the corn exchange in Manchester.
How dare you! You have stolen my dreams!
Matt tears off his civvies, revealing the new armour-padded Daredevil costume. Wait a minute, does he pull a spare mask out from under the shoulder armour here? It's not clear, but pretty handy, eh? Here we get a proper look at the full costume. What do you think about it? Because I'm not sure. I don't like the armour on it, even the colour scheme. It's a bit weird. But hey, what do I know? He carries Nyla and her neighbour's missing daughter, Saida, out of the basement, booting open the door. It's interesting to note that there's no guards. I mean, he comes across no guards the whole way through. Then he calls the emergency services. What's strange is the police don't seem interested that there are a group of infected people knocked out in the basement of the building. Instead, they reply with the official story that the residents ignored posted warnings and entered the building's maintenance area without permission. There they were exposed to industrial chemicals, causing them to pass out. It sounds to Matt like there's someone higher up pulling the strings and keeping it quiet. As Daredevil, he sneaks back into the building and searches for the source of the fungal infection. There's a nice little nod or a nod of the head to Stick here. The classic characters from the past. He's saying like, sneaking back past the cops is the easy part. Once I'm past them, I use the techniques I learned all those years ago from Stick. How to fully open your senses to reality. How to shut out what doesn't matter. Do you know what, folks? I wish I could do that these days. Great art again here, just look at this. But here we get a pretty complicated mushroom narration by Matt about the, is it mycorrhizal network? I think that's how you pronounce it. Who knew he was something of a fungus specialist? Let me read a little bit from it. It's in the ground beneath my feet, an inconceivably complex subterranean net of fungal particles conveying information and resources. Phew! Try saying that after a few drinks. We're told that normal human senses are incapable of tracing the network's million branching paths. But I'm not exactly normal. I think he's talking about me. His enhanced senses lead him back outside onto the rooftops, where he picks up the trail. It leads him to what he calls an extremely expensive penthouse on the Upper East Side. Devils rush in where cops fear to tread. Gotta say, great scene here of Daredevil jumping through the skylight, it looks like. But look what's on the walls all around. Yes, it's alive! It's growing. Daredevil can feel the power and influence of the fungal spread throughout the building. It's messing with his senses, and he fails to notice someone sneaking up behind him. Suddenly he's attacked by a couple of infected heavies, and I'm reminded of the infamous video game and Max drama, The Last of Us. Just don't mention part 2. He recognises the mutated mushroomy thugs and tries not to damage them too much as he fights. Worryingly, Matt is still being affected by the infection, so the fight is harder than it should be. After knocking them both out, Matt continues on through the penthouse building until he reaches the source of the mushroom madness. As he gets closer, he starts to hear a strange voice which seems to be coming out of the walls. Well, look at this, the hero of Hell's Kitchen, trespassing like a common criminal. You're a disgrace. You should be out there stopping criminals, not harassing disruptors like me. That was interesting. So what's that word, disruptor? Weird. Here it is. We're not sure what it is, but it tells Matt it's looking forward to watching its babies growing out of his corpse. Yikes! And that's where the issue ends. I don't know who or what this final fungal boss is, but I'm sure all will be revealed next issue. Sharp points. The art and colours look great throughout. Is this why they needed 2 pencilers, 2 inkers, and even 2 colourists working on the issue? I got a surprise when I was filling out the credits. How many artists? The story is interesting enough, but some of the narration comes over a little bit weird, especially when Matt turns into Dr. Mushroom. It is good to see Daredevil using his enhanced radar senses so much as he tracks down the source of the infection. Dull points. Not much to say here as it's a good issue overall. The change of artists towards the end is not particularly noticeable. Well, not really. And anyway, it doesn't take anything away from the story. So for my final thoughts, Daredevil issue 21 is a great looking comic book. The creative team makes impressive and inventive use of Matt Murdock's enhanced senses as he fights his weird fungus infection and tracks down the source of the mushroom madness. We still don't know who is behind it all or what their end game is, but I'm enjoying the mystery. 8 out of 10. Okay, I do hope you enjoyed that review. Do let me know what you think in the comments. Always love to hear from you. Here are two of the other variants. First one on the left is the Jackson Z-S-Z-E. I don't know how you say that. Marvel Television Wraparound variant. And the one on the right is by Sergio Fernandez Davila variant with Elektra as Daredevil. Which one of those two would you go for? Okay, this has been Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse, signing off for the night. Matane.
Like, how come a ghost from space keeps chicken and ham around?
You're right.